The rains of spring had been left behind for the warmth and dryness of summer. Rarely had the inhabitants of the small island seen such heat. It was as if weather itself had abandoned them. For day after day it was the same, sunny, hot, and dry.
Now that's funny. Oh. Papa, dear, there's something wrong with the pump.
Oh, darn, I've been meaning to fix that handle. Just haven't got around to it.
It's not that. There's no water.
Now that I can't fix. But I was expecting that. It's been so long since we had rain, the well's gone dry.
I'm thirsty. You mean there's no water?
I'm afraid not.
I'm really thirsty. Where did the water go?
Well, it didn't go anywhere. Rain is what keeps our well full, and we haven't had a drop in ages. We'll have to fetch water from the rain barrel by the barn till this dry spell lets up. If we don't get a good soaking soon, it's going to be a lean winter. Why, the last time it was this dry, I was about your size.
What happened then, Grandpa?
Well, that was not a very good time. The winter snows were light and the spring rains failed to arrive. Summer was drier than dust. The grass was so dry that it crackled and snapped like twigs beneath your feet. And when the wind blew, it picked up the dry soil and covered everything in a blanket of red. Seeds, nuts, and berries barely grew, and when they did, they were small and hard. And finally, when it looked like the rains would come, clouds released fire upon the land. The wind fanned the flames and swept smoke, so that it seemed the whole world was ablaze.
Well, what happened, Grandpa? How did you escape the fire? Did everything burn?
No, not everything burned, but time's a-wasting. Remember, lad, a good story always keeps. And right now, we need to get some water to home.
But you just can't leave it there, Grandpa.
Later, Eckhart. Right now, we've got work to do. Watch yourself up there.
Hello? Hello? Eckhart Fielding. Eckhart Fielding. Always be nice to mice. Always be nice to mice.
And tell your grandfather what you see.
It's all black. I can't see any water.
The level must be low. Throw something in and see how long it takes before you hear a splash.
Okay, Grandpa. There's no water. The barrel's dry.
This is worse than I thought.
What will we do now, Grandpa?
I've got another trick up my sleeve.
Grandpa, what are you looking for?
Something that will help us find water. Ah, here we go.
A stick. A stick is gonna help us find the water.
Not just any stick, Eckhart. This is a witching stick.
What does it do?
Well, you take the stick by the handles, like so, and just like magic, the stick will start to shake and point in the direction of water if there's any water to be found.
Maybe we've been out in the sun a little too long.
I wouldn't believe it either, if I hadn't seen it work myself.
Grandpa, what about all the water in the ocean? Can't we get some of it?
That's seawater, my lad. It's no good for mice. The more you drink, the thirstier you get.
But where does water come from?
Well, The wind sweeps the clouds over the land, and the clouds carry the rain. Every drop of rain that falls from the sky feeds the land and fills the sea.
But, Grandpa, a raindrop is so small. How could it do all that?
Do you see that tree over there?
Yes.
That great oak grew from a single acorn. We mice are tiny creatures, and we must believe that small things make a difference. Remember, Eckhart, all things are possible for a small mouse with a big heart. Do you understand?
Yes, Grandpa.
Well, now, we're fresh out of water here. We'd best move on.
Bridget says this is where the straight walkers run their big wagons. Woohoo! But I think it must be a trail leading to a giant bear's cave.
Oh, I'm afraid you're both wrong. When I was a boy, a beautiful stream flowed through here, full of the sweetest water you ever tasted.
What happened to it?
Well, no one is really sure. One day, it simply dried up. Some believe that the straight walkers used it all, while others thought that it must have died saving our lives.
The river saved your life? How?
Well, it goes back to the story I was telling you earlier.
You mean the time the earth caught fire?
Exactly. No one knew what to do. The fire crept right to the edge of the riverbank. And then it stopped. It was as if the fire was frightened by the water.
So the river saved you? But what will happen if the earth catches fire this time? There's no river, and you said it was as dry as it was back then.
Oh, now there's no sense in worrying about something that hasn't happened, is there? Come on now, let's get home. Oh, that's odd. Well, the stick can't be right all the time, I suppose.